Hello, hello, my good Xenos and Heretics. Welcome back to my mom's basement. I'm here with more Shadowspear for you. Now, it's about time we talked about the new models, including their point costs and how good I think they're gonna be based on my knowledge of the current meta, and possibly the future one as well. Now, of course, everything in here will be opinions, and a bit of butthurt. And I've definitely not tested these in actual battle just yet because, fuck, the box ain't here yet. But I'm sure everyone can understand that an educated guess can oftentimes be correct. And we've got convincing leaks about the points costs, and we're definitely seeing some really good additions and some questionable ones, to say the least. Now, I think I've bored you with my crappy mic just about enough. Let's get right to it. For the Space Marines, the leaks say that a Captain Phobos armor will cost a total of 110 points. 110 points. For a normal Primaris Captain with Deep Strike Denial. I mean, he looks pretty cool, but considering that he'll mostly be relegated to backline support duty via his aura, I don't think 110 points is a reasonable cost at all. Sure, he has the Deep Strike Denial, but come on, you can certainly get a backline aura bot for much cheaper with a normal Captain. Just a hard pass for me. The Librarian in Phobos armor, however, seems to end up costing 100 points, I'm guessing for the model, and about 5 more or such for a Force Sword. If this is correct, I think this guy's gonna be great. For a very tiny cost increase up for a normal Primaris Librarian, you get to deploy him via the Scout rule and unlock the brand new Obscuration discipline, which I've covered in a previous video. Again, I'm not 100% on the league points cost, but if he really does come for 100 points, man, this guy's gonna work wonders. Now next up, we get the final character, the Lieutenant in Phobos armor. Well, he's a Lieutenant. He gives rerolls. He has some shitty irrelevant weapons. He's status costing 80 points in the leaks as well. And, well, that does make him quite a bit more expensive than the usual Primaris Lieutenants. He does have the capacity to Deep Strike, making him a much better alternative than a Manlit Marine Jump Back Lieutenant, which just so happens to cost almost the exact same amount of points. Honestly, this guy just seems to be a downright upgrade if you ever need to Deep Strike the real old wound rolls of 1. Pretty nice. Moving on to the troops. We got a bit of a doozy with the Infiltrators. I honestly thought these guys would end up being better intercessors. Boy, was I wrong as all fuck. These guys are gonna set you back 22 points a pop with their mini-pet apothecary being 32. Now, with such a steep price, I don't honestly think they're gonna see much play, even though I still think combat squatting these guys and providing a huge Deep Strike Denial bubble will be pretty decent against maybe Gene Stealer cults. I was certainly wrong about these guys being the all-new goodness. Disappointing. Unlike the Eliminators. Leaks say these will cost 18 points for the model, and a further 5 points for the sniper rifles and camo cloaks, for a total of 23 points a model. Now, if this is correct, I have no idea what the designer was smoking, making these boys 1 point more expensive than Infiltrators, but god damn, they'll be exactly like I said, a sniper's wet dream. Hide your characters, people. These guys will bring death from afar like a fucking Tau army. Actually makes me worried for my support characters. These guys are sure shaping up to be the best unit in the box for the Loyalist side. Finally, we have the Suppressors. Now the leaks have these at a cost of 18 points per model and 15 points per weapon, making them a 33-point model. I don't honestly think a total of almost 100 points for 3 guys with shitty weapons and fancy backpacks will be very worthwhile, but they seem slightly better than I thought. Thing is, I can get 4 autocannons and a 5-man Havoc squad for 105, and those aren't gonna do any wonders on the Chaos side. 6 shots to maybe deny Overwatch for a unit seem like a bad deal for 100 points, but these seem at least usable. I ain't impressed by them, but I am pleasantly surprised at how cheap they come. I'm gonna add that Reavers have to pay for their Deep Strike enabling war gear, which is the same as these guys, so they might need to pay for them too. If this is the case, they'll come up to a total of 35 points per model. All in all, the Marine units seem mixed. The Eliminators are certainly going to see battlefields, what with all the Eldari and Chaos Demons coming up with a ton of Psyker characters, and honestly, for such a low cost they'll be a steal, while Infiltrators will most likely be shelf pieces. The Ninja Psyker will definitely see play, as the new spells are at least worth trying, and I think the debuffing ones will do wonders against Night Heavy meta, as well cock block Super Heavies as a general thing, which just has to be worthwhile. The Lieutenant and Captain might see a bit of play because they're not completely terrible, while the Suppressors, I still think, won't see much play after people get over the hype of jump pack autocannons. Now, let's move on to the traitor side. For the Dark Gods and all, you know? Starting off with the Master of Possession because, of course we will. Leaks haven't costed 90 points as a model. Now, if that's true, the Master of Possession will be identical in cost to a Sorcerer equipped with a Force Stave, but with the added bonus of 5-up Invuln and the new Malefic Psyker Discipline. I'm sure this guy will see plenty of play since his spells encourage a lot of new gameplay, and I also think he might end up being pretty good. The other character, however, the Greater Possessed, is stated to cost a total of 70 points in the leaks, and I'm guessing he has no extra war gear because fucking tentacles, putting him on par with an Exalted Champion. This seems quite fine, since a Greater Possessed, an Exalted Champion, and a Dark Apostle altogether would provide enormous buffs to a bunch of melee units. The issue here is that the Greater Possessed only buffs demons, and, well, the melee units suck fucking dick. But only time will tell if that's a bad thing or not. Personally, I'll be trying to make this guy's work since I absolutely love their models and the overall idea of including more demon units in my armies, but I'm skeptical about their potential. On to the troops. There's the Squad of Chaos Space Marines. We already have these in the Codex, nothing's changed about them, they still suck dick, but this specific squad only comes with a set-in-stone weapons loadout. I pretty much refuse to even acknowledge the rules on this poor unit. It's an atrocity. It'll be cozy on my fucking shelf, next to the other 70. Yeah, I'm salty. Thank you. Moving on. The Venom Crawler, the Spidey, Ticky, whatever the fuck he is, was leaked to cost 130 points. Now, I'm gonna guess and or hope that it's 130 including the cost of his weapons, because otherwise this poor great-looking guy will be a nice paperweight for the rest of the edition. But if he is 130 with all the guns, I'm guessing you'll see some fights and probably manage to disappoint us. He'll definitely look cool while doing it though, and I really want to run it with a bunch of other demon units and support for him. I was expecting this unit to come out a lot cheaper considering its shitty wounds and pathetic skills, but I guess that was just wishful thinking. It's still a cool model. Anyway, moving on to the last unit, and trust me, I left these ones for last with good reason. The Obliterators. They got pretty fucked. The leaks say these will be 115 points per model. Now, that's a fucking ridiculous cost for just some toughness 5 dude with 4 wounds, and I personally have a total of 6 Hellbrutes, out of which exactly 0 cost as much as the new Obliterator. On the other hand, the Obliterators are certainly better than Hellbrutes offensively, with a much higher firepower potential and deep strike and an invuln save to boot. Problem here is that, well, it's definitely true that a squad of 3 of these boys, under the effects of veterans of the Long War, prescience, endless cacophony, rerolls, and everything else under the sun, will kill absolutely anything in the game. They also end up costing almost the same points as Imperial Knight Gallant. And the Gallant doesn't suck dick no matter what. He doesn't care about buffs or debuffs, while the Obliterators are highly dependent on the buffs. And they even carry innate RNG in their weapons, like you could always end up with them sucking. Honestly, I think they're pretty overcosted due to the reasons I've listed above, and they could have worked much better with a points cost of like 90 or 100. But we'll certainly be seeing them, though, as they have insane potential. I guess I should have expected such an insane price increase since, hey, this game's Workshop. Everyone who plays Chaos needs to be kicked in the nuts. Overall, the Chaos units seem pretty lackluster, with a good unit in the new Sorcerer and a potentially good unit in the Obliterators. Everything else seems like it's gonna be limited friendly games only, and, well, with the exception of the basic tactical squad, to the shelf, because holy shit, tacticals are fucking horrible! Seriously, buff them already! Everyone has too many of them, what the fuck is wrong with you? Alright. I'm not making your ears bleed for now, but I'd love to hear some other opinions on this. What does everyone make of the new points costs? Which units do you think will fit well into your armies? See you guys next time.